Latinos for Trump. Specifically, Miami Cubans for Trump. Bring your ass. You bitches on my docket today. Y'all are the definition of political pygmies. You're so eager, like ready, willing, and fucking able to go from one dictator to the fucking next. Now, I know y'all not systematically accustomed to freedom, but
what's up guys, welcome back to my channel Iyano Show KE. This is a channel that brings you content that you like. So if you're new here, click the subscription button, subscribe, like, comment and share. So today we want to talk about the US government that has given mandatory to Donald Trump to deport back over 500,000 Cubans who live in USA. This came whereby these Cubans who are living in US. They were the frontline people who campaigned or voted for Donald Trump to come in. So they are disappointed seeing them the US or Trump being telling them to go back to their country. So these immigrants who are Cubans, they were denied the TPS to be in US. So this the reaction of US citizens saying that they are very sorry for Cubans who are frontline campaigning for Donald Trump. So they said that do not believe in each and every government. So every government come with own mandate saying that they are behind you. They'll do what you need to be done so that you remain there. But today Cubans or the Venezuelans or the Latinos are feeling disappointed. They are feeling being they're so disappointed with the government of US, saying that this is not what they wanted, or this is not what they believe for Donald Trump. So guys, this is a reaction of our US citizen reacting on Cuban being deported back to their country.
Have y'all seen the video of the
episode za
Cuban
Cuba wenyewe
supporter
wakiangalia hiyo
complaining
story
about Trump after there was a video that went viral of him celebrating Trump's victory a few months ago because Trump signed an executive order that's pretty much demanding that truck drivers know and speak and can read English in order for them to be a truck driver. And guess what this guy does for a living, man? Yeah, he drives a truck, man. He hasn't just driven a truck. He's driving a truck for 20 freaking years, man. For 20 years, man, he's scared that he might lose his license because he doesn't speak a lick of English. And at that point, I mean, yo, you've been here for 20 years, man. At that point, you kind of did it to yourself, bro. But whatever, man. It points to the fact that there was a lot of Latinos, man, that was supporting Trump, that I was looking at them like, I don't know, I think you might want to be quiet at this one, at least publicly, you know, because a lot of Latinos out there were doing certain things that, you know, when the Democrats are in control, they just look the other way. They don't really care, you know. But when the Republicans get up in there, they start shaking things down, you feel me? And now this dude is over here scared. He's like, damn, I'm not gonna put my family, bro. This is all I do. And y'all know that the Latinos that hate Trump are having a field day with this video, man. It's going around the internet. Everybody's telling me, you see, we told you he don't care about no Latinos. But nah, bro, come on, let's start learning English, bro. You've been here 20 years, bro. That's one thing that Latinos do that blows my mind, bro. I know people been here 40, 50 years, bro. Don't speak a lick, can't even beg in English, bro. But yeah, that was
Latinos for Trump. Specifically, Miami Cubans for Trump. Bring your ass. You bitches on my docket today. Y'all are the definition of political pygmies. You're so eager, like ready, willing, and fucking able to go from one dictator to the fucking next. Now, I know y'all not systematically accustomed to freedom, but trust me, it's a good thing. Now, when it comes to you white presenting Cubans, I can understand, you know, whether it be you naturally look that way or, you know, you got the work done. I can understand your delusion in terms of, you know, having proximity to whiteness and thinking that you're going to get a seat at the table. And while you may get a seat, it is with the express understanding that the moment you act familiar, them envelopes gonna put you in your place quick, fast, and in a motherfucking hurry by letting you know that you're simply a guest. But again, you look the part, so I can understand. But it's you Celia Cruz looking motherfuckers that blow me. Have you niggas looked in a fucking mirror? Like, let's keep it a fucking Goya bean in this bitch. The closest you're getting to a seat at the table is looking at that motherfucker through the window while you cutting the grass. Like, it is what the fuck it is. But since y'all think y'all got it like that, let's try a little experiment. When ICE roll up to collect you niggas, Elian Gonzalez style, I want you to look them square in the face. And I want you to say these 5 words to them. I know black eye Cuban. And let me know how the fuck it goes. Send me a postcard with Fidel on the fucking front. And when they send you Back home, I hope you can't take shit with you but your fucking MAGA merch. As a permanent reminder that the president you voted for is the same president that sent you fucking packing. For decades, we've been trying to give y'all a wake-up call. I bet now you niggas wish you would have picked up the phone.
So all the Cubans for Trump down in Florida and everywhere else. Trump just had the Supreme Court revoke your immunity. Thousands of you will now be deported, along with several other countries' immigrants. But Trump has literally, first on the list, Cubans. Cubans will be deported because he's taking away your protections that you had because you came from a terrible situation to come live here in the United States where it's wonderful, but you couldn't get away from your communist habits and everything. So you came over here to bring those communist habits and follow the orange crap stain. Yeah, he took them all away, babe. You better start packing your stuff because Cubans for Trump are now going to be Cubans for Castro's son? I don't know. Who's ruling that communist country now? Will it be better for you when you get back? Will he send you back on the same boats you built to get back over here? Because we got to save money. That's what Doge is for. We can't fly you back with military planes. Just saying.
If you Americans really want to know how fucked up our country is, I need you to go and read the Cuban Adjustment Act of 1966 that was signed into law by Lyndon Baines Johnson, a Democratic president. In that act, the Cubans are given more services than an American citizen. They got education, they got health care, they even get Social Security for those of them who have never worked in the United States of America. They get money for college, they get all kinds of stuff, housing, refugee stuff, everything. This Cuban Adjustment Act from 1966 has cost the American taxpayers billions and billions of dollars. You don't hear any of the Congress people, you don't hear any of the senators talking about revoking the Cuban Adjustment Act that cost America billions of dollars. Just like they like to say you need to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, I think that should apply. But the Cubans in Miami, they all vote Republican, and everything that they have gotten have been from Democratic presidents. Now Trump is going to deport the Cubans, the Haitians, the Nicaraguans, and the Venezuelans. Because down there in Miami, and I'm a Floridian, unless you habla, you're in trouble. There are places down there in Miami where everything is in Spanish. So now that Trump says the official language of the United States is English, I wonder what Miami-Dade County is going to do. I am just wondering. But read the Cuban Adjustment Act. Read all the things that they get. They're ahead of every single nation in the world. And when they come here, within 1 year, they can get a green card. They go to the head of the line. Now, I am sorry. I think that this whole thing, because Cuba is a communist nation, that they should go to the top of the line is not fair. I'm sorry. They should not be getting special treatment because China is also a communist country. There's no special treatment for China. There are other countries that are dictatorships that there's no special treatment. So yeah, read the Cuban Adjustment Act. Billions of taxpayer money being spent on them.
This message is, though, for the Cubans for Trump. Actually, for all Latinos for Trump. The Supreme Court just revoked the legal status of 500,000 people from like Cuba, Haiti, Venezuela, I think, and somewhere else. So you guys better start packing your shit, because they're coming after you. They don't care that you voted for them. They never cared about you in the first place, dog. We tried to tell you this shit, but you didn't listen. So now they're coming after you. Supreme Court just ruled on it. You guys better start packing, because they're going to either leave on your own terms now at this point, or they're going to come after you. You guys are in danger. And you voted for it. That's the crazy.
Where are my Miami Cubans at? Stand up for what you supported in 2024. Stand up for what you supported. Oh, you thought he wasn't talking about you, right? He wasn't talking about you. He was talking about the illegals. Even though we tried to tell you, if your skin color was brown and you talk Spanish, he wants you out of the country. You thought, oh, he's not talking about me. We tried to warn you. The mass deportations in U.S. history affect communities of color indiscriminately. How do they know if you're undocumented or not? They're going to harass you. So even revoking legal status for 500,000 Cubans, Haitians, Nicaraguans, and Venezuelans, how are they going to find out which ones just lost their legal status? Where are they going to find them? They're going to be searching these neighborhoods, as they have been already. You know, when I moved from Michigan to Florida, I was young, naive. I didn't know what had happened in 2000, but I was shocked when I learned that Cubans in Miami were Republicans, because coming from Michigan, I knew who the Republicans were, and they couldn't stand the Cubans. And it's like, you're voting for people who can't stand you. They tolerate you because you stay in Miami and you're not venturing out to Iowa. You're not venturing out into the Midwest to realize that the people you're supporting want you out of their country. FAFO. But stand up and own what you supported. Round of applause. Greatness is here.
Breaking news, because this just happened a couple hours ago. The Supreme Court ruled, and it is going to allow Trump and his administration to strip the humanitarian parole of 500,000 people from 4 countries. A protection that was in place to keep them from being deported is being stripped, and it is going to result in at least 500,000 people being deported who come from 4 countries. Do you want to guess what one of those countries is? The very first one listed? Cuba. Donald Trump and his administration are revoking the protection of thousands of Cubans. Without that protection, those Cubans do not have legal asylum in the United States. And the Trump administration is going to deport thousands of Cubans and send them back to Cuba. They told you that Barack Obama was Fidel. They told you that Hillary Clinton was Fidel. They told you that Bernie Sanders was Fidel. They told you that Joe Biden was Fidel. They told you that Kamala Harris was Fidel. And you believed them. And now, Donald Trump, who needed your vote to get elected, is going to deport Cubans back to Cuba. Myself and others said this would happen, but I'm not here to say I told you so. I'm not here to celebrate this. My heart is broken. I'm a white boy, but I'm from Florida, and I have spent so much of my life around wonderful Cuban people. I have fallen in love with your food and your music and your culture. And then I watched a political party in my country weaponize very legitimate, real fears that you have and lie to you and tell you that if you didn't vote for them, what happened in Cuba would happen to you here. And you did. And now they're sending some of you back to that place because they only cared about your vote and they don't actually care about you.
Did y'all see Trump say he gonna find that damn crackhead that left their party favors on the White House floor? I got a feeling I know what them fingers fixing to point to. That's why they damn daddy gave him a pardon that goes all the way back to the days of They know whose white girl that is. No wonder they call it the White House.